So let's talk about Chineys apology and how she issued one towards the Indiana Fever fans. Now, a couple weeks ago, after the incident between Clark and Angel Reese and the Sky players coming out and claiming that it was a hostile environment, fans were racist and bigots, and it's just funny because none of that was found in the investigation, and it was such a bad look for the WNBA, especially if players aren't used to being criticized. We saw that a lot last year where players weren't sure how to handle all the attention on social media, all the backlash that fans, and again, some of it is going too far, in my opinion, and some of it's fine. I mean, fans are going to talk. The NBA players have to deal with this all the time. But this year, we saw in the Sky and Fever game, there was a foul on Clark against Angel Reese. Reese got right back up and acted like it was a flagrant foul, and it wasn't. She was just being over dramatic and trying to sell the call, trying to act all tough on Caitlin Clark, and it was just unnecessary. Clark walked away, and they still called. I think they called a flagrant foul. It was ridiculous, but there were claims about racism going on. The investigation went on with the WNBA, and they found no evidence whatsoever. So Shanae gave her apology. I don't know if they've done an apology on First Take. I hope they do, along with Monica McNutt. I don't think she will because Monica McNutt, that lady, when she gives her predictions, I feel like she's wrong like 90% of the time when it comes to picking teams and analyzing stuff. I remember she picked the Mavericks over the Celtics. I was like, yeah, this woman, or even like the Bucks. I was like, the Celtics were clearly the better team last year. But again, these two, they're on ESPN. They've got a job to do, and they have a huge platform. And if you're trying to build up the WNBA, maybe it's best not to overly ridicule the Fever fan base who has helped bring more value to our franchise since Caitlin Clark has arrived. And you might want to keep them in the loop because if you turn them off and they stop watching, you're going to lose money very fast. It's a league that's already not making money, still has to make a profit. But you need this fan base, and to act like they're all racist, that all of them are just, against black people, that's not true whatsoever. And if that's the story you're having about your league and you need to market it correctly, probably not, go on a whole spiel about, oh, the fans need to do better, yada, yada, yada. Focus on the game itself. But this investigation went on, and obviously they found nothing. So let's see what Shanae had to say here.
I'm sure you've seen the WNBA statement on the investigation. And I want to address this with the same energy I did the first time, because if you really know me, I always try my absolute best to uplift the WNBA.
You try your absolute best, but you were really hard on the fans. And the fact there was no proof, and you should have waited until the investigation was done. You got to do better here. When there's an investigation going on, don't try to gaslight. Don't try to go too far. Because what happens is you have a fan base, a majority of it is the Fever fans that show up to these games. They sell out arenas. We don't see this in other arenas too much, right? In the WNBA. So make sure that you're careful because some of them are new to the WNBA. And if this is what they're getting, first impressions are everything. If you're talking about race and genders and stuff like that, and we got to care about the league and we got to uplift, you got to be careful because you might turn them off. Those are just my initial reactions to what she had to say here.
To celebrate the amazing players, the coaches, and of course the fans. That is something that is at the core of everything that I do. But if you know me, you know I'm not afraid to say I can do better. I am sorry that my message was in the heat of the moment, because when I initially spoke on the topic, it really came from a place of care. It was based on firsthand conversations with people.
Okay, you had firsthand conversations. Okay, but be careful again, because there was no proof here, and it looks really bad when you watch that segment, and it's more like a gaslighting segment than anything else. And I'm sure the comments flooded y'all. So it's no surprise because we have seen time and time again on First Take where they have used some segments like the one with Kendrick Perkins where he was like, oh, Jokic won his MVPs because he was white. That wasn't true. Jokic is a dominant player. And he tried to allude to the fact that, they've had these other white MVPs. Like, no, the majority of people that win MVP are black in the NBA. But why are we making it about race? And that's one of the things I have obviously a problem with First Take. And, even like Stephen A. Smith has made some questionable comments in the past. I know the issue with LeBron James he had, it was just ridiculous. I mean, he spent more time on LeBron James than LeBron himself. It was funny to watch. But these guys and girls, I mean, you got to do better. You can give an opinion, but think critically. You could have said in the same breath, like, let's wait for the investigation to finish out instead of just lecturing Indiana Fever fans like, you got to do better. You you need to make sure like you watch what you say. Like you can't come across that way. So yeah, you can say you're genuine. I'm sure some people think this is fake. They're probably thinking like, yeah, that's great, but we still don't believe you. And that's understandable because things are a little dicey with the WNBA right now.
Very close to the situation, who raised real concerns, and they told me what they had experienced. And I felt like it was important and it was necessary to acknowledge those allegations and also voice those experiences. Now, in the process, however, I totally recognize that it may have impacted fans in a way that I did not intend, and I am sorry. I'm also happy that the WNBA treated the matter with the utmost seriousness, followed through with the investigation, and I understand that having a platform comes with a responsibility, and I do not take that lightly. So as our league continues to grow, I am going to grow with it. And I am so committed to be better in how I share perspectives and grow alongside the game that I truly love and adore. I mean, some of my favorite memories as a pro was playing in Indiana, and I truly believe that WNBA, we have the most passionate fans, and I'm grateful for our community. I hope you know that's who I am. All right. Love you guys. Thank you.
Hopefully this changes things. I don't know if it will, but at least she apologized and realized she needs to do better, right? That's just at least acknowledge the fact she did apologize in a video. And I think for fans, they want to see it on First Take as well. They want to see you come out. And I agree with this person here. I'm really sorry for jumping to conclusions and adding gasoline to the fire that started a racial war for a week based on lies and zero evidence. And that's the whole point is like people were upset because, you know, we have no evidence yet. Again, like I agree with Dre Baldwin. Say this on TV. Um, and I understand if you feel like this is fake, look, you got every right to feel that way, especially if you're a fan of this team. It's just not cool. And as you see, she's getting completely ratioed on here. It's just crazy how you broken trust. Yeah, that too. You need to say you were wrong. And you should have said, like, I should have never gaslighted people, and hopefully that does change. We shall see. But man, yeah, people just think you lied. Some people, okay, some people agree with her, but a lot of people don't. Yeah, as you see, like, this is what you're doing to fans. Bad for the game. And again, it's not just on the WNBA side, it's on the NBA side as well. You see this as well, where they give these ridiculous takes, and it's like, are you even watching the game? And again, who was the one that gave you this firsthand knowledge? And hopefully she did report it. I don't know if she did. And hopefully you can encourage your colleagues to maybe apologize, like Monica McNutt. But again, we shall see how the rest of this season plays out. And if another situation comes up where there's allegations, are you going to not gaslight people? Because if that happens, you're going to push more fans away. It's not the best approach. You've got a great opportunity to grow your league. And if you don't, and like I said in another video, if you lose more money, because I think they lost 40 million last year, if you lose 50 or 60, then you're going backwards. Again, we shall see. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about Chineys Apology. Do you think it was legit? Do you think it's fake? Love to hear your thoughts about the investigation as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys also share the video, and I'll see you in the next one.